Slicky Sid.
Can we please normalize being okay with not texting a lot? Like, I tend to go for guys who tend to work a lot and are really occupied, right? And like, I like that because they don't text back immediately.
Now, I do agree with this notion. I've been pushing it since day one. Stop texting so much. Stop being so dependent on text messages. Stop constantly feeding validation unnecessarily. I've been saying this since day one, and I constantly see guys over texting nonstop, and they even get mad when I tell them to text a little bit less. It's quite weird. I do want to point out one thing before I continue this video. I want you to pay close attention to how she's marketing herself because I'm seeing a huge trend of this. I just want to make sure you're very aware when you see it. I'm noticing that a lot of girls these days are now marketing themselves with the cross around their neck. Okay, I'm seeing it more and more and more, and I think it's part of this greater trend that being conservative has now become cool. Remember this very carefully, guys, as I think it's going to be very, very important in the next 5 to 10 years coming up here. If a girl starts preaching religion to you, you should immediately see it as a red flag. Now, I know this is going to be controversial because a lot of people automatically think that just because a girl is preaching religion, that she's automatically virtuous, and this could not be further from the truth. A lot of times, girls use religion to cover up something inside of themselves or to cope, essentially. It also does a really good job of painting an image of purity, and a lot of suckers, believe it or not, are going to buy into it immediately. It's just a pattern I've noticed a lot recently. I really want you guys to pay attention to this because, quite honestly, there shouldn't be people preaching religion and morality to others unless they themselves are following it. In my opinion, in general, I don't think any religious people should automatically judge other people based on what they do. I think they should exclusively focus on their own actions and morality. Of course, this is never going to happen in the West since being holier than thou is a cultural feature or a component. Anyways, it's just supposed to be a quick warning for you, not supposed to be an all-encompassing thing or absolute, but something you need to pay attention to as a lot of people coming up here, a lot of women are going to start using religion as a weapon. Keep it in mind.
They don't text back even like within a few hours. Usually they'll text back at the end of the day, which I like because I'm so sick of these meaningless messages. Like, I'd rather spew everything at the end of the night and like know each other's day, like how it went, instead of like, oh, how did you sleep? Good morning. Like, why the do you give a fuck about how I slept? I'm awake, right? Like, if I tell you I slept bad, what the can you do about it? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all fake, guys. She's 100% right on this. It's completely fake. It's all this meaningless, almost pillow talk, but all day long. And what I'm finding more and more these days is guys are initiating this. And I just don't understand why. I'm assuming it's because mommy was coddling you your whole life, and now you feel this need to act towards a girl the same way you acted towards your mommy, but it's so fake, and it's quite honestly degenerate. Cut all the meaningless small talk and be present when you're hanging out. It'll save you a lot of problems, honestly.
Stop asking meaningless bull questions like that. Who made that up? Oh, how did you sleep? How did you sleep? Like, shut up. Like, can we normalize having more meaningful conversations?
I mean, she's 100% right on that last part. I'm noticing more and more with the young kids these days that they're so obsessed with their phone. They're constantly needing to engage in something. They can't just be still. It's texting here. Is this activity? There's no stillness. There's no introspection. There's just constantly doing something. The brain has to always be occupied with something that provides dopamine. It's really annoying for me to witness, and I see it all the time now. Even when I go to the gym, a lot of young guys now are completely socially incapable. Like, their social skills are just off. They can't even make eye contact with you as they're asking you a question. It's really strange, and I think it's a direct result of overindulging in constant dopamine stimulating activities. If you like this video, like and subscribe. Don't forget to check the links in the description below.